Hey, what's up? This is Anthony from New Year's Day, and you're watching Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I am here right now with Anthony from New Year's Day. How's it going?
It's going really good.
Very good?
Yes.
Enjoying Warped Tour?
Yes, we're in Dallas right now. I'm super stoked to be here. We always come through Texas on a lot of our tours, so this is kind of like coming to see like old friends, old family.
Oh, so you know a lot of the fans and people who are here.
Pretty much every tour we've done, we've come through Dallas, so this is like, good to finally be back.
You're technically sort of home. Sort of home.
It's our home away from home.
There you have it. And now your album Victim to Villain is out right now. I absolutely adore that album. Honestly, I think it's my favorite New Year's Day release thus far. So good luck topping that. But I really love the album artwork on there. I know it was Ashley who modeled, which was very cool. But what's the inspiration behind the concept of the black bleeding out?
It's kind of like the metaphor for a lot of the lyrics on the record, kind of becoming the villain. It's like going from the victim to the villain, and the black kind of represents that darkness taking over you. It's coming from her hands and kind of consuming her, instead of like, it's coming from inside, out of her mouth and coming out. So it's just that transformation.
It's a very cool picture. Even just not knowing the meaning behind it, it was very cool to look at.
Yeah, even the photographer, Jeremy Saffer, did a great job. Him and Ashley kind of combined and bumped heads on it as far as the concept and everything. And it was just really fun to put it together and see how they did it. We did a couple different versions of it, like with all of our hands together and like her doing different poses. But that was the one that just, I don't know if those will ever see the light of day, but that was the one that just, out of everything we did, just really accurately represented the record.
And now, what is the meaning behind the album title, Victim to Villain? I know you kind of explained it a little bit.
Yeah, but to touch more on it, like it's really about becoming who you are. It's not about being, picked on and then just exploding into this villainous, rage and revenge. It's really just about accepting who you are. And if the world is gonna say that you're the villain, then you're the villain, and you better rock that shit, because it's like, this is who you are. You can't really change who you are deep down inside. And a lot of people aren't, proud of that, who they are inside, or, happy with it. They always want to change it or to try to fit in with other people. It's like, this is about owning your darkness, and especially with Ashley's point of view on it is kind of just not taking any shit anymore. It's like this year's been really tough on her, especially with physical injuries.
I remember the crutches.
Oh yes, that was tough. Record label drama, just music industry stuff with other bands. There's all this stuff, and especially
being. All heard that public news.
Yeah, people probably heard a lot of stories about that. But and especially being a girl, like that's where a lot of it comes from too. Because trying to be a girl in the middle of all that makes it 10 times harder.
Do you think she gets treated differently amongst other bands and crew?
I see it a lot, like with just fans, just disrespect. Like they see a girl on stage and they do like a stupid gesture. It's just like, come on, dude, have some respect. The girl's on stage, but it's really her way of kind of just becoming and owning that darkness inside. Instead of exploding out, it's just like becoming it.
See, I almost took it as like, everybody go out and cause trouble, be a villain, but it's almost more so just accepting who you are.
Yeah, everyone's going to interpret it their own way, but we don't want to cause any trouble or get blamed for any,
You told me to be a villain, so what happened?
So I went up and I killed somebody. No, that's not what it's all about. It's sometimes someone's got to be the bad guy, and it's kind of cool. Bad guys are cooler anyway in the movies. Everybody wants to be the Joker. Come on, he's the coolest guy in the world. I think he's cool.
Yes. And so for anybody who doesn't know New Year's Day yet, if they could only listen to one song off of Victim to Villain to get an idea of overall you as a band, which song would it be and why?
One song.
Only one?
Only one. I think that it'll probably be Death at the Party. Okay. That one kind of...
so agree.
Yeah, that one really... Especially live, when we play that song live, that's really when our set like explodes and everyone's like, okay, this is a band and I want to have fun with this band, because up until then they're looking at us and they're listening to us. They're like, are they a punk rock band? Are they a pop band? Are they a dance band? What are they? Then they see that song, they're like, okay, I'm into it. So live, it's great. And on the record, it's really just like an anthem for all the fans, all the creeps, exactly, and just for us, who we are and what our mission is.
Yeah, when I was listening through the album, that one I felt like a sense of community, that all of the creeps were kind of coming together at this big party, and we're all the death of the party. It's so cool.
Definitely.
And what's the story behind the song Bloody Mary? Because I know for a fact that is about a specific person, and I'm sitting here like, I think I know who it is, but I don't know. So
yeah, it's definitely about one person who hopefully will forever remain nameless. Hopefully we'll never ever have to say who it is, but
no name dropping today.
Clearly, if you read the lyrics, you can absolutely know who it is. If
not
you
giving
know.
us any hints.
No. But read the lyrics and you'll know who Bloody Mary is for sure.
Okay.
But that was a fun one to write because I mean, we as a band, we all know who this person is and all kind of share the same feelings. So just musically and lyrically, it all like really aggressive like vocal stuff. It really all of us. I have that same emotion on the song, so
I
it's
think
really
what
fun.
I appreciate is that you take it out through your music. You're not going out there name dropping and telling people, even in this interview, you just let the music speak for itself.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. I mean, who does Taylor Swift write about? You think she feels fantastic about singing? I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. It could be some other dude. I don't know. I don't really give a care about her business. But I think, not knowing who it's about makes it more universal. Now, some other girl out there may have a Bloody Mary in their life that they can sing about, instead of being like, oh, this is about this so-and-so from this band, or this life, or this ex-boyfriend I used to have, whatever. It's like, no, this is just about who you want it to be about.
Yeah, just relate it to yourself.
Yeah.
And you worked with Chris Motionless on a song on this album called Angel Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody was freaking out over that collaboration because it was so cool. And you guys share a similar fan base in some ways.
We do.
So how was it working with him, and how did that collaboration come about?
It was really cool working with him. He actually turns out to be a really, really nice guy. I didn't really know anything about the band or the guy at first, and like just looking at him, like, wow, this guy's intense, because that band is, heavy and they're, visually. But he turns out to be just such a sweetheart and a really professional guy to work with.
Good.
The song kind of came about before we got him. We had pretty much all the song written and done. We just really wanted to bring in a guy vocalist to, really open up that song with like the screams and just something not that that I couldn't do. We wanted to have someone else come and do it.
You should have done it.
No, I do it live, and it's
Okay.
that's the trade-off. I like doing it live, but we really wanted someone on the record that can kind of bring us more of an audience.
Yeah.
And we got a hold of Chris. At the same time, he was trying to get a hold of Ashley for some other project, so it kind of like was fate how it came together.
Interesting.
And we flew him out to California and brought him to the studio, and in one day, he just a couple hours just knocked it out. And yeah, we just shot a video for it, which should be coming out pretty soon.
Okay, you have to give me some more details on this music video because that's all I want to know about in my life right now.
It's like a combination of Great Gatsby meets James Bond meets Dexter. It's kind of all of the above.
Combo there.
Yeah, just the visual is like this kind of snooty, hoity-toity kind of lifestyle party kind of thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're watching a couple people at the party, but you don't know what their relationship is or what their past was, and it's just one of those things that, as the video reveals things, it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
It almost sounds like a movie. This isn't just a music video.
Yeah, no, it really is. We kind of,
storyline.
even the director isn't a music video director. He's like a movie, short film director. So it's cool to have that kind of take on it.
And I remember seeing an interview with you guys from probably about 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago, and Ashley was saying that originally the band was just to write revenge songs about ex-boyfriends, and I feel like you guys have grown a lot as a band since then. So how would you describe, your mission now? Has it evolved?
At first you kind of write about what's in your life. I think every songwriter, lyricist or whatever, is going to write about what they experience and what they know. Mm-hmm. And at first, just being from small towns, you pretty much write about your life there, and it's relationships, with family or with, ex-boyfriends, because that's all you're really exposed to. But, in New Year's Day, over the years, we've gotten to travel around, we've got to grow our fan base and meet just a ton more people and go out and just experience life in the world. And it's like, that's our story now. We have a lot more to talk about because we've grown a lot, we've experienced a lot. So it's not just about revenge and ex-boyfriends, it's about life and, people that we meet. Sometimes they inspire a song, not just us and what we've gone through. Sometimes we'll write a song about someone else's story because, we find it special, or, we've gone through it too, so we want to interpret it. So it's a lot more subjects to write about now.
Yeah, and now talking about tour life, you're on Warped Tour right now, which is such a crazy tour. There are so many bands of all different genres, and you get to meet a lot of cool people. So who have you become friends with on this tour, and who is on your must-see list?
Must-see, best friends, has to go to Set It Off.
Okay.
They're amazing live. I
agree.
Ashley had done a song with them called Partners in Crime.
Yeah, I was gonna say you collaborated.
We did the collaboration, and I was like, okay, this song's awesome. Didn't really see them or have any, never really knew anything about it. But once I saw their show, I was just like, wow, this is that band on the tour that everyone has to see, and they need to be a main stage band. And it was actually really cool to actually see them get bumped up to main stage in their hometown of Florida, so that was really cool. We see a lot of the bands on our stage. just because of setup and tear down times. Our stages are next to the Domo stage, so you see a lot of the same bands. The bands that stick out to me are Red, Gold, Green. They're just a 4-piece band, just like good hip hop. Just really chill.
You like hip hop?
I like everything, honestly, and that's the.
You're saying like hip hop.
And they turn out to be the coolest guys too. They're the most down-to-earth, chill. You'll find them in the back just kicking around a soccer ball, playing kind of like hacky sack kind of thing. It's just like anyone can go up and join them. They're just those really cool guys. Ann Arbor, I think, is another really cool band.
Yes.
I never really knew who they are. Heard a lot about them, but didn't know any of their songs until we started to play with them on the next stage. And as soon as I saw them play, I had like 3 of their songs stuck in my head. I'm like, these guys are good. So those are a few of the bands. Yeah.
If you get it stuck in your head, it's a good sign.
Yes.
And now here's a fun question, because I know you guys are all about good revenge. So if you could take over anybody's Twitter account for a day, whose would it be, and what would you do? Think big here.
I know it's tough. I probably would go with something more realistic and probably take over the Warped Tour Instagram. I think that would be a fun one.
So much commotion.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of stuff are you going to post on the Warped Tour Twitter?
Just like crazy stuff that, whether it's a screenshot from a movie that we're watching on our bus, just a crazy, because we watch the most random movies sometimes.
Such as?
Ernest Scared Stupid, or just any kind of crazy horror movie that's terrible. And just, maybe some pictures of our live show, because not a lot of people know that we have a Mickey Mouse that comes out on stage and with a chainsaw and normally squirts blood on people, but we can't do that at Warped Tour. But not a lot of people know that we have that. I'm sure they would like to see it, or at least be exposed to it. So
how did that happen, the Mickey Mouse on stage?
That was Ashley. She's like, I want a Mickey Mouse on stage, and she went out and got a Mickey Mouse costume.
Are you going to tell us who's in the costume?
No. No. It depends on what time of day it is.
Okay, so depending on the time.
Mickey comes out on stage, and Mickey also comes out into like the crowd and just kind of mingles. And
I'd be so freaked out if I saw that Mickey Mouse in the crowd. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Kind of creepy. So it depends on what time of day it is.
And now, what are your plans for right after Warped Tour? What can we expect from New Year's Day?
We have a fall tour, which kind of just got announced, but I still don't want to say who it is because we haven't gotten the green light to announce it. But we'll be on the tour, on tour this fall, hopefully for a couple months, and we'll pretty much hit every market. So we'll be around.
Very exciting.
Yes.
And that sounds good. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Yes, thank you.
It's great talking to you. And everybody watching, make sure you check out New Year's Day. Their album, Victim to Villain, is out now. You could get it on iTunes. Amazing album. I really love it personally. And while you're at it, subscribe to our channel for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.